All right, we're back. Today's Wednesday. It is November 20th. Welcome to the Dog Walk presented by Barstool Sports. Free Swim Wednesday. Before we get into it, I want to talk about our friends at Roback. You guys know how much we love Roback. Cooler days are here, and we are living in Roback. I just got a nice shipment of the joggers.
Ooh, lucky. I'm wearing joggers right now, the khaki joggers.
I'm wearing the Roback joggers right now.
Nice.
Life is different. They got two different kinds. One is like a little thicker for the warmth, and a little sturdier. One is like a thinner sweatpants. It's really comfortable. They're both great.
I noticed you had the maroon ones on one of your Fox appearances too.
Yes.
Dressing up for the TV.
Yes, exactly. Roback is the best. They got the hoodies, the fleeces, and the new sprint joggers. We are always rocking Roback. Roback's hoodies are the single most comfortable piece of clothing in our closet. The fabric is unbelievably soft. They're also so versatile, and we wear them for everything. So Roback also just released the new sprint joggers. These joggers are designed for both activity and comfort. The fabric is super lightweight, has a nice stretch, an ultra soft feel, the ideal Saturday jogger when on the move, and the Sunday jogger when chilling watching football. Finally, Roback just restocked their fleeces. We started wearing these last year, and they immediately became a staple for us. They're comfortable and made to be worn for the cooler days. Between a morning walk or just hanging out, the Roback fleeces are legit. Cannot recommend them enough, seriously.
The best.
My winter's set because of these joggers. So.
My mom's begging me to tell her what I want for Christmas. I just gave her the Roback URL.
Yeah.
I highly doubt she's going to figure out how to use promo code DOG.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
That's one of the texts I get the most about our ads is like, hey, what's your Roback code? So if you're not in on this, now is the time. Roback is having their biggest sale of the year for 20% off the entire website for all customers. That's 20% off all hoodies, fleeces, joggers, and more. No code needed. Just head over to rhoback.com and introduce others to the most comfortable activewear in the game this holiday season.
Great news for Mrs. Conrad.
Yes.
Yeah, no code needed. Just go in there, get that 20% off.
Bang.
I better tell her. She's probably still looking for it as we speak.
Bang. All right, so welcome in. We said last week that we would be doing the weirdest coworkers segment of today's show. So we have a couple voicemails to play. We also have some stories on that people tweeted us on Twitter. But I don't know. Is there any place you want to start? Also, if there's anything else to bring to the forefront too before we really dig into this, we could do that too. I don't know. You got the Andrew Schultz haircut, so I don't know if you want to talk about that or. I would just
look at. I needed a haircut. I said, "Hey, let's go a little bit shorter this time. A little bit shorter. It's gonna have to grow back. It's a little bit shorter than I would have liked. So yeah, it is very Tommy Shelby, Andrew Scholes. So I need this is the haircut's about 12 hours old. So
did you show him a picture of Schultz?
No, I didn't.
All right.
Of Schultz.
I didn't know.
No, I just said I've been going to the same guy for like 4 years. Great guy, and I said
you pissed him off or something?
Nah, I said a little bit shorter. So I gave him instruction. I wasn't specific enough. So look, this is it's a temporary setback. I'll be looking fine probably by Monday.
I don't hate it. I often go shorter.
Yeah.
How quick does your hair grow back? Like how often do you get a haircut?
I said I wanted to go shorter just because if I can't get back in like before the holidays and then it's like you're in that early January and your hair is like just too long. I didn't want to run it. I'd rather be short on the front end of this and have a little bit get the barbs than have it just be unmanageable in early January.
No, I actually think it looks good.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, but yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm not like the big Scholes guy, so I wish you would have said Tommy Shelby or Jimmy Edelman or somebody.
But honestly, that's what I thought of when I first looked at you. Because
I don't blame you.
Yeah,
it kind of looks like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And like you got the mustache right now, like you.
Yeah.
You got the fade though. You don't got the military cut.
What does he?
That's
have?
More Shelby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He just has no hair on the side.
Exactly.
Zero.
Like you kind of look like him right now.
Like Scholes?
Yeah.
Andrew Scholes or Shelby?
Andrew Scholes.
I wish my bank account looked like that too. I wish the downloads looked like that as well.
Yeah, but regardless, I think it looks good.
Yeah, thank you.
Anything else to the forefront before we dig in?
Yeah, I think it's important to note you guys probably had more like careers coming into Barstool. Barstool was probably like my first legitimate career.
Yeah,
where I'm getting benefits. Like that, it was slowly starting to happen at the end of construction, but I was just like, fuck it, I'm gonna try this out.
And I did not want this to be a Stephen Che WSD type of episode.
No, yeah, we're not.
Right.
I had nothing to
Yeah.
do with Barstool. Everyone knows those stories.
Right.
Yeah.
So
So
that's
there's
just
no-
another free swim episode.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's literally last week. I think our
Right.
title was something about Dave.
But that said, you guys, I think there's something to say about like career coworkers as opposed to just guys like where I was like working at a bar. Like those guys are in and out sometimes. You work for them a week and they're gone. You know.
Yeah.
And you guys were more. I feel like geeks, nerdier guys were more drawn to your guys' places of work.
Yeah,
I
but
had a mix for sure.
here's the thing though. It doesn't have to be career though.
No,
You know,
I know. I'm just saying.
You could have worked 3 months at Jewel, and you're
Right.
running to
The wrong guy.
yeah, not even the wrong guy, just like an out there guy.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I'm saying I think I'm more prone to out there guys because of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. So I could lead off, and I'm just gonna sprinkle, and they're not like elaborate stories
No.
or anything, but these are like just some, and maybe they're not that crazy in hindsight. But I know back in the day, like we would always talk about this when I was working at that sports company. So we had this guy, wild move or not, there was like a camaraderie kind of party, and there's this one guy, and he showed up with a pint of Smirnoff and a bottle of Code Red Mountain Dew.
That was his
That was what he drank.
BYOB.
Yes, like
Was anyone even bringing their own liquor in the first place?
Yes,
Okay.
yes,
okay.
it was BYOB, but that's a move.
Kind of sounds good. I don't think I've ever mixed Code Red with.
No, it's probably good.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, but that's just
It's
like,
like
a little
hyped up Shirley Temple.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
just a little sprinkle into this guy.
Was it more of like a Kyle move, like dude just loves Mountain Dew and vodka, or is he like, oh no, this is like I'm a pretty normal guy, except this is my drinking choice?
Yeah, you know what? I don't know. I don't know what his logic was. If I actually wasn't at the party. This is a secondhand story.
Okay.
If I was there, I'm
Oh.
asking him every question under the sun. Like, hey, what is this? Like, do you drink your darks with the regular Mountain Dew? Like, is this a different
Yeah.
like collaboration thing? But like this,
That's a party.
Now that I think about it, that's kind of just a dirty Shirley.
Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah, Dirty Shirley Temple. Yeah.
Like Code
Yeah,
Red
kind
Mountain
of.
Dew.
Yeah.
I would never ruin Code Red like that though.
yeah. But it's just like
Dude,
it's just.
the more we talk about it, the more I want to try it.
I'm not saying it's a bad combination, but
It's
can't-
aggressive for a work party.
Definitely.
and you can't say that. And we're talking a pint. Pint is a little one, like a pint and just a little bottle. Like that's just a funny thing to walk in with.
Like
you
the
know?
proportions are off. He's gonna be drinking half a glass of vodka at some point.
Exactly. It's just a wild. Like if I walked into your house with that, a pint of Smirnoff and just
I can't
a
even
regular.
picture a pint of Smirnoff. I
It's
feel
just
like,
the little guys.
Yeah, that's like homeless people shit.
Yes, exactly.
Oh,
that's what I'm
that's-
saying.
yeah.
Yes, it's like the little like
'cause I'm
homeless
like,
people
I
thing.
feel like I never see those. I feel like you only ever see like the airport, like hotel bar shooter ones,
Yes.
and then like the fuller,
Yes.
full liter bottle.
Like Danny said, it's like homeless. With like in high school, that
Oh,
was
yeah.
a thing too. A pint if that was like all you had.
You and maybe three of your buddies are getting plastered off a pint.
Yeah, exactly. So it's just like
It's a wild
a
move.
16, but this is just like one of the little intricacies that
Yeah.
like rolled into this guy, because there was another time where someone saw him at the stall at the urinal, and this is secondhand story again, but so I don't know how exactly they noticed he was doing this, but he was wearing shorts
Okay.
and he wasn't peeing over the gate or through the woods. He lifted up the bottom of the short
Stop.
and he was peeing out the bottom of the
What kind of
short.
shorts are these?
Well, like you could do that in like gym shorts.
And gym shorts, yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like it's like near impossible with any other kind of short.
So that's what this guy was doing.
He's wearing basketball. It was okay to wear basketball shorts to work.
Yeah, he must have that day,
but like,
or he had like really stretchy, like some type of like Muggsy type material.
I don't remember this happening, but does your dad have to teach you how to pee as a kid?
I was just gonna say, was that learned? Like, did he
Yeah,
see someone
like-
else do that, or was his initial thought like, you know what? I think this is how you're supposed to do it.
Right. And then if you're just doing it one way from the time you're
No,
3,
dude.
then you don't and no one's ever corrected you. You're just peeing under the gate.
No, all guys know that you don't pull your short to the side. And
This guy doesn't know.
Wait, so he was grabbing from under the shorts.
yes, he was grabbing the bottom of the shorts and
and
pulling.
him up. Yeah.
Yes.
That's fucking
You
upskirting himself.
Yeah, like left side, right side. I don't know which side was strong side, which was the weak side, but he went.
That's alien shit.
Yes, exactly. And I don't know how. And like he was like talking to someone as he was doing it. just
How do you even? I mean, credit to him. You have to have slightly a longer hog to pull that off,
exactly.
or else there's splatter everywhere
Yeah.
every time.
He was just an odd guy. Like he also like he worked in the cubicle, and our bullpen was like right outside of it. And so like whenever he needed anything, like he wouldn't walk around the cubicle to talk. He would just stand up and it would be like Wilson from Home Improvement. And he would just try to talk to you from there. So like that's what I'm saying, where like these are small little stories, but everything kind of piles on. Was like, this guy's an alien.
Right.
You know? And he was like the prototypical guy where he would continuously fuck up, and he'd be like, hey dude, like why didn't you do this? He'd be like, oh, no one told me anything. And that was his coded line for everything. Like he just continually fucked up, and he would just act like nobody ever told him anything.
Okay, good point. This is why I brought it up. You can get away with that at like a bar. You're a laborer. You can't be getting away with that in your career. You can't be like, I thought you had to tell me what to do. Like it's kind of like, whoa, if I fuck up, I might lose benefits. I'm fucking 32, whatever.
Yes, and then
more on the line.
Yeah, and then like I said, I'm just keep going the story down. So it was a sports company. So you build out a show, and it's like, the start of the show will be like, hey, NFL football, like, all right, let's talk Ravens Steelers. All right, then the B block will be like, all right, NBA, Bronny James to the G League. There was one day where it was like the Friday after the SI swimsuit edition came out. He had every block just pictures of
Stop. How horny is this guy?
Dude, I don't know. I didn't really know him that well, but he was always like one of those guys that was an enigma, because he was like on the morning show and I was on the night show. So I didn't have a ton of overlap with him at all. But
and that's your biggest regret from your time at that office.
oh my God. Like I have so many more people from this place, but I don't know why I want to start with him, because like I said, I think this is going to be a recurring series for us.
Yeah.
I could keep going on and on, but like I said, like the Mountain Dew and the short, like everything's a little sprinkle, but when you pile it on, the mountain grows high.
Yeah. Like, who the fuck is this guy?
Yeah, like what is his deal?
So he had them each blocked out, meaning like each are gonna get their own segment on the show. He's
like it was like, all right, like let's check out the like page 2. It's Brooklyn Decker, and then it's like, all right, let's check out the next. It's whoever.
It's like top 10, but just for bikini models.
Great show. great producing.
Hey,
right
he was
there.
trying to get the ratings.
Yeah.
What's less classy, walking in with a Code Red and a pint, or a pint of vodka, or a tall boy Natty Ice?
I mean, Tall Boy Natty Ice is like, I'm a little more concerned for that guy.
Yeah, like can you own a home and still be drinking Tall Boy Natty Ice?
Yeah, I don't think so. Like, I think at that point it's like, hey, dude, like, is everything all right? Like, can I buy you?
Yeah.
And there's such a stigma against them, but I mean, you get the stigma of a pint of vodka and Code Red can't be great either.
Yeah,
Like, dude, I got $11 for you.
Yeah.
Everything all right at home?
Yeah.
Do you even have one?
Yeah. So, yeah, that's my guy today. I have many more, but I'm just,
I have more of like a cesspool office story.
Okay.
So my first job was like financial services, and like you're the young guy, right? You walk in, you don't really never worked in an office. It's like you're learning a lot. And there was this girl who was probably in her late 20s at the time. She's probably like 40 something now. But she would just like come around and offer you like hand massages. And she was just like an accountant or something. I'm like, no, I'm good on a hand massage. But then you'd like walk around the cubes and she would be like massaging people's hands. She was married at the time. Mm-hmm. Always guys. Always doing guys' hands. Turns out that if you got a hand massage from her, she would probably suck your dick in the parking lot.
Really?
Yes. Wow. So like that like became like, it was like a story that like everyone in the office, like I'm always the last to find out things. So I kind of just keep my head down. Don't talk to anybody. I kind of do that here too. But I found out like a year into that job that like on lunch breaks, she would go and like just blow random coworkers.
So she's the Wolf of Wall Street girl who's just banging everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeez,
while married.
She would have loved your Andrew Schultz haircut.
Oh, probably.
Yeah.
One day Chief's like, my hand's feeling a little sore.
Yeah, I am a little stiff here.
She was married?
She was married.
And I assume a lot of the guys are married too.
I know at least one of them was. One of them was married for sure.
Yeah.
So, or had a kid and
So give or take, how many men did you see her?
I would
hands
set the line of the ones that I knew about at 4.5.
with?
So like while they were getting their hands massaged, they look around the office like, "Oh boys, you know what's gonna happen?"
Yes. Yeah.
Exactly.
Jeez.
Yeah. And we had like a little office, like it wasn't quite like intramural because we played other. It was like, but everybody from our office, we had like 7 guys who played on like a after work basketball league, and it'd be like 3 of the guys on that team. So it was.
And did they all know?
Oh, y'all knew.
Eskimo bros versus non.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they were all kind of,
It was like a joke.
yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, this is fucked up, guys.
That's wild, dude.
How old were they? 20s
They-
or 30s?
They were 20s and 30s,
Okay.
Yeah.
And how old is she?
probably late 20s
Oh, okay,
at
so
the time.
But still married.
still married. Yeah, I'm not saying.
Ah, it's fine.
No,
It's
that's
fine.
not what I said. But I like was envisioning like a 42-year-old woman.
No,
Yeah.
I mean she's probably that age now, probably still giving out those hand massages.
Yeah, Jesus, like don't get fucking married, dude.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, hey, still deviant behavior,
Deviant.
but like just
Deviant.
like not illegal.
How many
Well,
HR
not, not
HR violations
yeah,
for
yes,
sure.
for sure. Not
Yeah.
Breaking commandments.
yeah,
Breaking commandments too. Yeah, the ultimate
True.
HR rep,
true. Jesus,
our Lord and
dude.
Savior.
That's next level.
Yeah, it was like that office. I think I don't know if it was like because it was like a younger office or if that was because I don't think that happens here and it hasn't happened anywhere else I've worked.
I would
That
guess that
office
some
was-
some underbelly shit happens here though. Like not in like a bad way, but like I would guess some.
Nothing like that.
No, not like that. No, not like that. But like I would say there's.
I'm sure. I mean, Smokes was hooking up with what's her face. Now they're just a full
Yes,
relationship.
yes,
Yeah.
exactly. Shit like that.
Yeah,
happens.
that happens. That's not
Yes.
the same thing as this.
No, it's not at
Yeah.
all. So I guess not as dark as I said, but like
No.
I bet there's like
I bet it happens.
I would bet that someone has fucked in this office already.
like in here.
Yeah.
like physically fucked
Yes.
in this office.
I don't know.
I don't know, dude. There's cameras everywhere.
There is, but I would still bet.
It's fucking reckless if you do.
Yeah.
Do you think anyone's all right? Do you think anyone's did it in the New York office since it's been around longer?
I think that's probably more likely.
Maybe because like there's the rare instance of like whatever holiday parties, but I don't
Yeah.
think they're like at 3 p.m. like let's go
No,
and
I'm not
Angela
saying
and
that.
Dwight and sneak off.
Yeah,
over.
you're right.
No,
That's-
no,
yeah.
no. I'm not thinking like that. I'm thinking of like an after hours kind of thing.
Maybe, but like it's probably I don't know, fucking sales, like someone I don't even know.
Yeah,
I don't think
not
it's
there
that
anymore.
prevalent.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know. I would bet money.
Oh, interesting.
What? Give me a color in this parking lot situation for me.
it was like it was right out by the Sears Center out in Hoffman Estates.
Okay,
so it was
so
like
Her car or theirs?
Yeah, what was
It matters.
I don't know. I don't know.
She
to be
likes the
honest.
away game.
Yeah.
what was the blow bus?
yeah.
Yeah.
I want to say it was the other person's car.
But what? So it was just wide open. Like it's not even like the parking lot was.
No, like I think you just moved to like the far back of the parking lot because you could like it was just a tall. It's probably like a 6 or 7 story tall building surrounded by parking lots. So and it was like that Sears Center campus has like a bunch of like office space, and so there's just parking lots. Like I think I've said this before, but on Saturdays I used to have to work one Saturday and one Sunday a month, and when you would go in there on the weekends, the parking lots were so big that there were people playing cricket in the parking lot. So like the parking lots were huge. There were like hundreds, if not thousands, of cars in that parking lot every day.
Okay, but if you're looking down,
I don't think you could see it from
No.
the office, but like if you drove to like the back spot, if you parked in the last row, it was probably like a 7-minute walk to the office. Like it was
okay.
like a
So we're
big,
talking like a United Center type lot.
yeah, like probably
Okay, so
that
pretty fucking huge.
pretty big, yeah, pretty big parking lot.
Okay, Andrew, that's a wild one.
Yeah,
Real quick before we get to Danny's, I want to talk about Portillo's. Listen, I'm going to tell you one more time about the salted caramel spice cake. 2 layers moist spice cake paired with a creamy salted caramel frosting that combines sweetness and fall spices to bring out the best in both flavors. You can get it in a salted caramel cake shake, so you can get that, a whole piece of cake mixed into a creamy, dreamy vanilla shake. Perfect for a fall day. It's available for a limited time only this fall. Stop in and try a slice, whole cake, or cake shake today. the winter's coming, so now's your time to jump on this.
Get it for Thanksgiving.
Yes.
Don't mess around.
Yeah.
Bring it to Thanksgiving. Don't be a bum if you're a guy and you don't know how to cook or make anything.
Yeah.
You should always bring something, even if it's your parents. Go stop at Portillo's. Get this.
Great
this
talking
cake.
piece too. You know, you're sitting there. It's like, oh, what is this? Like, oh, you didn't get the chocolate. No, Portillo's got this new cake. You could impress people, showing people the new Portillo's cake.
Yeah, the cake shake is better than bringing a cake. It's
Yeah.
more like the best of both worlds.
Yep.
Get a cake and ice cream.
So order at Portillo's.com or head to your local Portillo's to satisfy your Chicago-style cravings today. Danny.
So I worked at a mom and pop hot dog stand, and there was a couple friends from my high school happened to work there. We were like 20, 21. And you would love this, Eddie. We also worked with our valedictorian, and he would come in every day. It was like Steve Carell and 40-Year-Old Virgin. He would ride his bike to work, and he would take his bike seat off and bring it in, just in case anybody stole it.
I've told you that before. That's like one of my favorite, like low-key jokes of 40-Year-Old Virgin is that he'd always bring the wheel in.
Yeah.
There's
amazing.
something funny about this.
And this guy's never seen the movie in his life.
Yeah, exactly. That's just like a real thing that he That's amazing. And where would he store the bike seat?
Oh, he would just put it in back and then immediately hit the grill. So you're working alongside your valedictorian.
Just with the
fucking dead end job.
That's great.
And then
You turn things around?
yeah, I would hope so.
I hope so too.
I think so. What else we got? I'm trying to think. I worked at this construction company, and there were two laborers I worked alongside with, and they were like a couple of years younger than me, suburban kids. And one day, we also worked for like this hardcore guy. He was like a vet. He was the boss running his own construction business. And this guy had it out for like this one kid we worked with. He was kind of like a troublemaker, blah, 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 drinked. These guys would show up like zanned out from the night before sometimes. Like, boys, we got to like scrap metal today. And one day this kid just doesn't come in. And I'm asking his buddy, I'm like, what happened? He's like, you'll probably hear about it later. Next thing we know, we look at like the local suburban newspaper, and it's like this kid is front page, like spit on a cop or something, and we're just waiting for our boss to find out. And he did, and we never saw the guy again. People like that who just come and go. Like they'll be working at your job, next thing you know, they're at fucking boot camp.
Yeah.
I had a little darker, but my next job, it's actually where I started blogging. We had a guy who was in sale. It was like an email marketing sales guy in the office. And he was the only time I've ever seen someone who had to start their car with a breathalyzer before. Wow. And so he was there he predated me, but did not last as long as me.
No.
Because he just he was always he's like, I couldn't get my car to start. We're like, did you blow into? He's like, yeah. It was like kind of dark.
Yeah, it's sad.
Yeah,
for sure.
But I've never I always thought that was like a thing in the movies. I didn't think that was like an actual piece of technology that the government would be like, this is how you have to start your car now. It's crazy.
Dude, I'm taking like 2 buses and walking a half mile before doing that shit.
Yeah.
Every day.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's tough.
Yeah.
Going back to the bike seat, that reminded me. Did I ever bring up the guy who brought the snow scraper in every day?
Brought it in the office?
Yeah,
Tell it.
I think I did this in neighborhood.
Yeah, our old pod.
Yeah, our old pod. This guy would always whenever it was like snowing, he'd always bring a snow scraper in. Like it was phone, keys, wallet, snow scraper.
Why? What's the point of that?
So I asked him,
like everybody else.
and like he'd walk it and he'd like have it over his shoulder, like really obnoxious, like not obnoxious, but like you see it. It's like he's Paul Bunyan's axe.
Yeah,
this guy walking around with this fucking thing,
Thor's
like a Marine carrying his
exactly like his rifle.
Yeah.
And I'm like, one day I'm like, dude, why are you always bringing that in? He's like, well, what do you mean? I was like, look around. Nobody else brings her in their car. You just leave it in your car. You don't have to bring your snow scraper in every time it snows. He's like, well, the way I see it is I am able to get to the snow as soon as it falls, and he doesn't have to open the door and get snow in the car. And
that's such a minor concern, though.
Minor.
No, sitting on wet snow in your car when you open your driver's side door.
Then open the passenger side and get it.
I don't hate this.
No, dude.
That's a logical explanation.
Okay, but then is he doing that in other situations or just work? Like, is he bringing, if he's driving to a buddy's house, is he bringing the snow scraper inside? He's driving to his girlfriend's, he's bringing the snow scraper inside?
Yes, he must be. He must be. He's like, yeah, I like to just attack it freshly, like not have to worry about opening my door and like, pulling the.
I don't hate this guy.
But my argument would be that you're also opening the door initially anyways to warm the car up while you're scraping the snow off. So you got to open the door anyway.
Yeah, he's wasting precious time.
Exactly.
For sure. You're right.
Remote start.
You're just trying to defend this guy.
I don't think it's a crazy move. That is a terrible thing when you're having it, like, no matter what, you're opening your driver's side door, you're going to get sitting on that wet snow.
Yeah, but it's not that much snow.
Yeah, who likes a wet butt? Not me.
It's like a quarter of a wet thigh,
Yeah,
if anything.
yeah, it's not. It's not as preposterous as
This guy's all right in my book.
And then, I'm giving this guy shit, and someone pipes up and is like, I don't think this is that weird. I carry a shovel in my trunk everywhere. I'm like, what do you carry a shovel for? In case I don't get stuck. I was like, all right, I guess. But
That's nice. My grandpa and my dad. My grandpa used to carry a sawed-off wheelbarrow handle. My dad used to carry the base of a pool cue. In case everyone, I don't know if they were getting carjacked or something, that they were going to like beat the shit out of someone.
Listen, if you want to carry a weapon, fine. I'm not against that. But this guy, imagine just keeping a shovel in the back there. It's like, oh,
Good
hey.
Samaritan.
I do during the winter.
A full-ass shovel, Danny?
Yeah, what if you get stuck?
That's preparation.
Yeah.
But, like,
Bring a blanket.
It's not like I'm not like taking anything out to put the shovel in.
shovels are pretty big.
Yeah.
Bigger than a golf bag. Like, some golf bags don't even fit across. Like, a shovel's got to be diagonal in there.
You're going to be
Guy's
stuck
got
in
limited trunk space.
Yeah,
in his
you're-
Tesla.
I don't. People do, though.
put it in the frunk.
Oh, I wouldn't fit in that.
Tesla front trunk. But what do you do if you're stuck in the snow? You're just kicking it with your foot for an hour?
Yeah, there's nothing you can do.
Yeah, just shovel out.
Bring
like-
a shovel.
It's like when we had, it's like when we fucking went off the road in Carl's car on the way to Eastern.
Yeah, a shovel can't prevent that though, but if we were to be stuck in the parking lot that next morning, I'm sure we'd be thinking, man, I really wish I kept the shovel so I weren't
We didn't have a
snow.
shovel there. We used his golf clubs. We were just kind of smoking it out.
Exactly.
It was a bad deal. You have a full ass shovel in your trunk.
Mm-hmm.
I don't own a shovel, but I don't hate that move either.
I'm not saying I hate it, but I'm saying like you have to be like almost like a doomsday guy to.
Why?
Like the-
snow happens all the time.
I know, but are you that concerned? How often he gets stuck?
It's more like it's not hurting anything by keeping it in there.
Dave has had baseball equipment in his trunk for 6 years.
You never know
But
when
that
a game's going
makes
to break out.
That makes more sense for him. You know?
I think a shovel makes more sense than baseball equipment that's gone unused for 6
No,
years.
I think you just live your life like worried if you have a shovel back there.
So if you're driving to work, say it's 8 a.m. and there's a blizzard on the horizon, they say it's coming, you know you ain't going to be leaving till 5, 6, you're just like, why bring a shovel? I'll just kick that snow out once I inevitably
I'll just go
snowed
home
in.
tomorrow.
Yeah. That's irresponsible of you.
Yeah.
Or what about those retractable shovels, where they start small and then you can kind of like move them out? They're not as heavy duty. You might not be able to pick up as much heavy snow, but you can probably get yourself out of there if you're unstuck and them easily fit in the trunk.
Another great point, Danny Last.
What are you talking like an antenna? There's antenna shovels?
Yeah, you
I
can.
didn't-
Yeah.
With the little metal buttons that click in.
Oh, I've never seen those. Those can't be great though.
No, they're not like you're not going to be doing heavy duty shoveling.
Better
like
than
that,
a golf
but
club.
like, yeah, better than a golf club.
I guess, but how many percentage of people do you think are carrying shovel? Do you carry a shovel?
I have, but I had like a car with no heat at one point. I would
That's
wear
very
like blankets
that's-
as heat. So like,
That's very
Yeah.
nice to have a shovel though. I
Yeah.
can see you having a shovel back there.
But like maybe now recently our winters have died down, but historically, like in high school, we had a snow day every year.
If I got in someone's car with a shovel, I'd be like, dude,
It's in the trunk though. No one could see it.
Yeah, but like, is this Goodfellas? Like, you're asking me to help you bury someone? Like, what is going on here?
Are we supposed to have a big winter?
I doubt it.
Oh, it's the
But I'm-
Farmer's Almanac
I'm
say.
fucking ready if we do.
Wetter than normal.
Wetter than normal.
That's what it says.
So that's just precipitation?
Yeah, so I don't know if that's rain or snow, but wetter than normal.
All right, so are you more on shovel guy's side or are you more on scraper guy's side?
I like them both.
That's crazy.
I'm only not on scraper guy's side for the fact that you're opening your car immediately anyways to warm the car up.
Yeah. All right.
Colder and snowier than last year.
Can you tell the Adriana Cheshik story?
Oh, yeah. So that's why I was...
You went to the porn star?
so that's why I was particularly interested in your parking lot situation, because when
It's not my parking lot situation.
well, I know, but like
I was not involved in that.
I wanted you to color in the lines for me.
yeah,
to see
no,
what
it's
it
a
was
giant parking lot.
like. So yeah, so I was in.
I'm gonna drive by it on the way home to Thanksgiving. Actually,
I was working one of my old jobs, and this guy was like a big porn guy, and
that's got to be a tough label too.
yeah, but he like had no shame in it. He actually kind of bragged about it. He liked being the porn guy, and he wasn't like not like, oh, did you see Big Butts 99? Like he wasn't like that. Like
See
he
the
wasn't.
new browsers drop.
Yeah, exactly. He wasn't like that, but he was more so like he would work the porn convention in Rosemont.
Says Porn King, probably.
He'd probably seen him for sure. And
Yeah.
he would work them, and he would like talk about how he was friends with all the girls and name it off. And he's like, oh, like, I'm like, yeah, like I'd say like we're just, we're chopping it up. We're talking ball. Like,
Mm-hmm.
Brady, Manning, like, Chechik, Riley,
Who you
whatever. You know what I mean? We're just like,
Who's the goat? Who's
yeah,
number one?
exactly. Like
Yeah.
we're just like chopping up some porn. And so I brought up, I was like, yeah, I like her. And he's like, oh, okay, like nice. Like I've never met her or whatever, but would you want me to get like a picture or something for you? I was like, no. I was like, please, sir. Like I am fine with a virtual relationship. I do not need to
I don't need to
have
know the person.
yeah, I don't need to have an autograph from her or anything like that. I was like, oh, okay. So if you want to come, like let me know, like I'll be working the booths, whatever. I was like, yeah, I probably won't make it, but thanks for the
I'm
offer.
good.
Yeah. And then whatever, so Exotica weekend passes by. And that Monday comes, and he's like, hey, what time are you leaving today? I was like, oh, I'm not sure why. He's like, well, just let me know before you leave. I have something for you. I was like,
Uh-oh.
pretty sure I know what this is. I was like, but okay, like what am I going to say? No. And then I'm like, hey, I'm leaving. He's like, all right, this guy follows me in the parking lot, and with like no envelope or anything over it, he hands me this 8x10 signed photo of Adriana Chechik, full asshole out and everything, and it says to Eddie, like I forget what the message is, like yada yada yada, and I'm like I don't know what to do. I'm in this open parking lot, and I shit you not, as soon as this thing's in my hands, like the big boss pulls in.
Oh
It
no.
was like I'm holding a fucking porn asshole open photo. I like immediately shove it in my visor, and I'm like, what am I going to do with this? And I still live with my parents at the time. I'm like, how do I even sneak this in?
You don't.
Like,
Stop it at McDonald's and dump it in the trash, dude. What do you need that?
It's a
Why are you even worrying about how to get it in your parent's house?
It's a signed Adriana Chechik poster.
Yeah.
Asshole gaping.
Yeah, and it's
You
personalized.
stop at a drive-through on the way home and you dump it in the trash.
Hang it right next to the Urlacher poster in your bedroom.
Yeah, I don't know what to, like. It's personalized.
Did you have horny posters growing up? Like, did you have like a Britney Spears poster on your wall?
Yeah, I had some
Yeah.
I think I still have one hanging up.
Her with the white and yellow snake.
It's not that one. I have some of it's like an Arizona State like co-ed picture or something like that. But yeah, that guy, he gave me the Chechik photo, and I like shoved it under my sweatshirt, and I like put it in my bedroom, and then I still have it. Yeah,
Get it framed.
should I put it up here?
Hang it up in here, yeah. It'll
Right,
be good. Have
right
a-
next to the live nude sign.
Yeah, and now it's like just kind of like a funny souvenir that I've kept.
that you.
Oh, you did? You still have it?
Yes, I still have it. It survived the flood, so it's all like fucked up now because my basement like flooded and shit. And it was like I had it like a manila folder.
Basement flooded. Got a lot of use out of that.
I didn't think of
Ruined, yeah.
Sticky flood.
but yeah, it's like it's in my important documents folder.
Okay.
amazing.
Yeah, it's right next to his mortgage.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it. We could do some voicemails here.
Yeah.
Hey, first time caller, long time listener. As far as the weirdest coworkers I've ever worked with, I went to go get my turkey sandwich out of the fridge, and my coworker took the same bag out, and he had a bunch of dead fish heads like The Simpsons. I thought that was weird, and then I turned around, and another guy took an egg right out of his pocket. A full, I don't even know if it was hard-boiled, but I guess it was boiled in his pocket. But it was an egg. So that was very, very strange. Thanks. Great job on the show, guys. Thanks.
That's guys just getting some protein in.
You work with the fucking lineman for the replacements. It's just
Yeah.
Unreal lunch lineup.
Dude,
Yeah.
Fish heads and eggs in your pocket. It's like Napoleon Dynamite pulling out the tater tots in his pocket.
like, listen, fish heads. That sounds like a different culture type thing. I could.
Yeah.
No, I don't. Not for me, but
Not for me.
I understand.
You're not going to yuck someone's yum.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
But, dude, I hoped. Like, all right, what if it was in like a little baggie? Is that still fair? Or you
There's no reason for an egg to ever be in your pocket. If it's in the fridge, fine. What are you doing with an egg in your pocket?
Yeah. That's
I'm
a
trying to
tough one.
see his side of
That's a
things.
tough one. The egg is tough. I did have a similar situation. That first office, it was a different company, but we shared a like common area, like where the fridge was and all like the kitchen stuff was a common area. And I still don't know what the other side of the office even did or what that company was, but they had like insanely hot girls that were working there. And they would always come in the kitchen and no one would ever talk to them. You just look at them. And we would refer to one of them in particular. Like I would always be like, she's the one. So like we would refer to her as the one. And I went in to get my lunch out of the fridge. What is that? It's like a brazzini, that fish.
Yeah, Branzino.
Branzino.
Yeah.
And that's what it looked like. It was a full ass fish with a fork in it. And I would always like make eye contact with this girl and never say anything. And then this guy had put a branzino, or that's what it looked like at least, on top of my like Tupperware lunch. So I like pull it out and like turn around, and that girl, the one, was standing there, and she just gave me a look like it's not mine. It's not mine. Mine's the sandwich in there. And she's just like, I don't care. And I was like, fuck, I wish you did care. I wish that like disqualify. I wish there was like a possibility where like she was thinking about it and the Branzino, whatever, like disqualified me. But I was never qualified to begin with. So
Fuck, I wish.
Fuck, I wish you gave hand massages.
yeah.
I wish that was hers.
Oh yeah.
You touching my fish?
Yeah, exactly. And I've talked about this too. I think this is one of the like the first or second blogs I've ever written when we went full time. And this guy was a cool guy. I liked him actually, but it was just a bizarre move. He showed up with a Tupperware full of like 12 White Castles, like from the night before. Like, and I have the
Bring the whole crave case.
I took the picture and everything, so you could like toss it in, Lance. It's crazy.
That's a wild move.
Yes,
It has
like,
to be a big Tupperware bin.
yeah, and like legit had like 12 White Castles just sitting in there, and he was just like slamming it like nothing.
Dude, premeditated White Castle, like you're going into work the next day knowing you're going to eat that at noon is wild. Let's listen to another one.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I worked with a guy and at a golf course, and all the interns, we all lived together. And one night, I was sitting in the living room eating my supper, and the kitchen was adjacent to where I was sitting. And I looked over, and a guy that I was working with, another intern, was cooking bacon. But then at the same time, I looked over, and he was eating a raw piece of bacon, like dangling out of his mouth. Like, dude, what in the hell are you doing? He said, well, I'm just eating a little snack before my bacon gets done. But he did it in such a way that it made me question whether it was weird or not, because he was so confident in how he was eating the bacon raw. It was the most off-putting thing I've ever seen, and it was disgusting. And then about a month later, I had a jar of peanut butter in the pantry, and I opened that up one day, and there were clear finger marks in the peanut butter. I knew exactly who it was right away, same dude. And he didn't even try to disguise it or anything. It was just clear 2 finger marks right with the peanut butter. So anyway, dude is a nut, and I'm probably lucky that I made it out of there alive. So have a good day, dog walk. We'll see you later.
There's something. I'll say that
This exact situation caused my freshman year like group to break up.
Fingers in the peanut butter?
Yeah. And so we had a quad, and so it was one big open room, and we had like a big like communal pantry that was like you would get it from IKEA or something. And I came back from, I think I was down at Illinois State for the weekend. And I came back, or maybe it was a hockey game. Anyways, and they were just one of my roommates had like 3 of his friends from home in, and they were high as fuck, and they were just sitting there like passing the jar of peanut butter around there and scooping it out and eating it. Then I'm like, that's my fucking peanut butter. Then I walk past the room. The way we had it set up is we had our TV and a big couch. Behind the couch was a Benny the Bull's size trash bag of popcorn that was just spilled on the floor. So you had like a mound of popcorn behind the couch that they were just leaving there. And I'm like, guys, like this
5-second rule.
Yeah, like I like I'm not like the cleanest person, but I can't have you guys eating my peanut butter out of and then just like having a garbage tin, big like a huge like a garbage bag of popcorn just out on the floor, like out of the bag, out on the floor, nobody cleaning it up. And then my other roommate was like, yeah, like this is, and he like exploded once I said something. And then like second semester, we all like went our separate ways.
That was it.
Yeah.
A finger in another man's peanut butter is barbaric. You have to at least get a spoon.
Yeah, that's insane.
Even a spoon's not that much better. Because
It's not,
you're
but, like,
reusing the spoons. You're getting your mouth all in there too.
It's not, but at least their thought process is like, all right, I'm going to at least use it. Like, finger is just disrespectful.
Yeah, eat the peanut butter. I don't care. But like at least give me the ability to go back to it in the way that you consumed it.
I was gonna say though, back to like the bacon part, shoving the raw bacon in his mouth and being like, "Dude, what are you doing?" He's like, "Oh, I'm just having a snack before my bacon cooks." There's something beautiful about people who do things so crazy and they think nothing of it.
Right.
Like,
You
what's
know?
wrong with this?
Like, why are you even cooking your bacon if you think you could eat it raw?
Yeah, exactly. There's something beautiful about people who just have no idea. Like we said, we're not talking Barstool, but there's something beautiful. Like those are like Stephen Shea, like White Sox Dave type of people.
Like, what's wrong with this?
Yeah, like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
Like, never had thought a different way in their lives.
When I was working this lifeguard gig and like a new guy came and I go up to introduce myself and he's just eating jelly by the spoonful straight out of the jar.
Ugh.
And he had moved here from like Iraq and he had pretty good Spanish already, or sorry, English. And I was like, how'd you like learn it so quick? And he said, only from watching Friends. I said, how? I don't get when anyone says like, oh, I learned English from watching TV, but how do you know what they're saying in the first place to even know it translates?
Like
I never got that.
But people do say that.
Yeah, and I never understood it.
That's
I've heard people say that about The Simpsons before too.
Tony Kukoc. That's how he learned English when he moved here.
Really?
Yeah, he'd watch Arnold movies.
But like, how do you know? Like, oh, that's how you say, "Let's go to the park." If
You're
you don't
right.
even know that they're saying, "Let's go to the park" to begin with.
Could you be eating any more jelly?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
You just see it. It's like cheese mergueza, and that's what's like, oh,
Cheese.
cheese, eating a cheeseburger.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, having Friends be your Rosetta Stone.
All right, let's hold on. Before we play the next one, I want to talk about. Actually, I want to talk about Vanderhagen. Make the switch from a cartridge razor to a safety razor today with Vanderhagen. Safety razors allow you to get a closer, more comfortable shave. The use of one-blade razors help prevent nicks and cuts while making your skin feel smoother than ever. The best part is these blades cost as little as $1 a piece and last anywhere from 3 to 5 shaves. This will save you thousands of dollars over the years compared to the cost of cartridge razors. The blades are ice-tempered stainless steel blades from Germany, and they're sharp enough to give you the perfect shave. If you're ready to step up your shaving game, get the smoothest, closest shave with our single blade and shave butter combo. Say goodbye to nicks and irritation and hello to a shave that's almost too smooth to handle. Get a shave so smooth it should come with a warning. Perfectly close, incredibly soft. This is how real men shave. Check out your local Target and Walmart to get yourself a Vanderhagen safety razor today. If you're serious about your grooming game, hit that follow button at Vanderhagen. Stay in the loop with the latest shaving tips, product drops, and exclusive giveaways. Whether you're mastering the art of the close shave or just looking to keep it fresh, our Instagram is where the best in men's grooming comes to life. Join the community, level up your shave, and keep your style sharp. All right, let's play the next one, Lance.
Hey, boys. Calling in for the weirdest coworkers. I got 2 things. So first one, I hired a girl a couple weeks back. She refers to herself as a Disney princess in the third person, which is just so odd. And then I found out that in her LinkedIn profile, she also refers to herself. So I go to my manager and I'm like, how did we hire this person? And then 2 days later, I got written up. So I guess that's just the world we live in, but just crazy. Second thing, I find it so weird when professional sports teams demote a guy and then the minor league team celebrates the guy coming, like on Twitter. They'll be like, he's here, or something along those lines. Like, the dude just got demoted. Imagine going into work one day as a manager, company demoting you, an associate, which I guess they would just fire you in that instance, but they demote you, and then they send a company-wide email being like, so-and-so just got demoted. Let's celebrate. Like he just got traded, the biggest trade in history. That's all I got.
That is weird. The Blackhawks just did that with Andreas Athanasiou, so he's making like $4 million, and he's just not good. So they sent him down to Rockford, and Rockford's like posting like a highlight montage. It's like, this guy, he's not good. And this is probably the end of his career and the worst day of his life.
Yeah, you just did like a walk of shame. They're like, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
We'll take you.
I don't know about that Disney princess.
Yeah, I guess you just
That's
it identifies as a Disney princess. I wish.
and like, how does he get written up for that? You just can't trust your manager ever.
Yeah, be like, okay, we're just gonna pretend that's normal. Let's see how it is.
We don't have any of that in this office, thankfully.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, more Lance.
I had a coworker working at a car dealership once, and he always fell in and out of sobriety. Like, he'd go hard for 3 months and then he'd fall off the wagon. I mean, all wheels would fall off. He would tell me crazy stories like how he put toothpaste on an orange peel and he let it mold and he ate the mold, and he said he tripped balls for 5 days straight, all while sober, and then he'd just fall off the wagon again. Anyways, that was my worst coworker I had.
It's got to be easier ways to get fucked up than putting toothpaste on an orange peel.
Yeah, obviously not.
That's like ayahuasca shit.
Toothpaste and orange juice too. It's one of the worst combos out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously not good falling on. I don't know.
No, yeah.
I respect people who are going through that journey, but
have I ever told you about, what ayahuasca is? Have you heard of that?
Yeah.
It's like Aaron Rodgers, like a hallucinogenic. It's like this ancient thing. And I guess when you ask like the local shaman, because the plants don't, because you need one that blocks something that allows you to trip. It's like that DMT. So, but they don't grow near each other. It's like in a jungle. How did you figure out these two plants that they would work with ayahuasca? And the locals would say the plants told us how to do it. And I feel like, how do you figure out how to put toothpaste on an orange peel and mold and trip balls from that? It's like, the guy was probably already tripping when he tried that.
Probably.
What's up, boys? It's Sam calling. Weirdest coworker I ever had when I was working at Avani's at Illinois State in Bloomington. There was a guy who every time would go to the bathroom, he would go into the stall and he would take off his pants, shoes, and socks. He'd be sitting in the stall on the toilet barefoot to take a shit. Confirmed by multiple people. Pretty cool guy other than that, but yeah, he would just go barefoot right on the bathroom floor while he's taking a shit. Thanks, boys.
Yeah, this is the pinnacle thing where it's like you think you know someone, and you see this, you're like, who are you really?
Yeah, I mean,
this is like a Seinfeld. Like George Costanza would have to strip naked to shit.
Yeah, if you want to do this at home, you don't even have to defend yourself, but to be going barefoot on your work floor,
that's just disgusting.
Yeah,
it's almost more disgusting than whatever's on the floor. Like your bare feet were on that. That's worse than the gunk that's on the floor.
And you just walk back into the office as if nothing happened.
Yeah,
and that's just a lot of work, especially you're wearing dress shoes,
big time.
Tie those little thin laces up and whatnot. It's a lot to do. That's just a lot to do.
We could do this all day, but I'm getting a new rundown. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Go. You could go. Is there any more, Lance?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have to talk about what a disaster having your birthday is these days. It is the most anxiety-driven day for me. I have to receive text messages, phone calls, Facebook messages, Instagram messages. It's a nightmare. And then when you when someone texts you happy birthday and you say thank you and then they start talking to you about something else, it's like even worse. This year was even worse for me because I was going to a wedding later that night with most of my family, and they were all texting me before the wedding knowing I would see them at the wedding. So they're texting me happy birthday, and then they are wishing me a happy birthday at the wedding. Disaster these days having a birthday.
It's not really on theme, but yeah, I think everybody as an adult hates or dismisses their birthday. I think if I sent you the text, I wouldn't mention it in person. Like, we've covered it.
Like, you wouldn't say happy birthday in person?
Yeah. If I texted you in the morning or whatever, hey, happy birthday, I wouldn't be like 12 hours later at the wedding, be like, hey, happy birthday. Be like, we covered that shit. How you
But
doing?
you could say it. It's just like a quick.
I'd probably make a joke about it, but I wouldn't be like another happy
Yeah, I think it's okay. You could toss another.
Well, you love your birthdays.
No, I don't. Actually, Danny loves his birthday. So I wish he heard this.
21st of September.
Yeah. Here's one that someone tweeted at us where we could stop with the voicemails now. I worked this is from one of the replies. I work with a guy who says he doesn't use the toilet seat. He uses the rim of the toilet only. Says you have more room. And my entire unit has told him it's psychopath behavior. He defends it with his life and says he's always done it that way for the spread.
This is what I mean. First of all, why are you volunteering? I've never discussed how I shit in my life. So why is that being discussed, number one? Number two, this is what I mean, where I'm like, I bet you he was just never, like, he started doing it when he was a kid because he just didn't know any better, and then has been doing it that way his whole life. Have you ever done that by accident?
What?
Sat on the seat when there's no, like,
Yeah, you fall in.
Yeah, it's terrifying.
Yes.
Yeah.
You legitimately feel like you're going to be sucked into the upside down.
Right, yeah.
I think life's over. I know.
Right.
No, yeah, especially like when it's late as fuck or like 3:30 in the morning and you're like groggy and you don't really know what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not good.
It's a wild move. Now, I will say,
that's so fucking
up
funny.
here, the second stall, so you have the big handicap stall and then a regular stall. For whatever reason, I can't get that one to stay locked. So I wonder if I gave myself more room on that toilet by lifting the seat, if I would not have that problem.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I'm hitting the door. Well, I'll have to give it a shot.
Maybe, yeah. Honestly, don't knock it till you try it.
Yeah.
We'll do two more here. This one's wild. From Beth. Worked with a woman who was a singer on the side. She would sing loudly with the radio all day long. She acted like that was a totally normal thing to do in an office setting. That would fucking drive me insane.
She has to be fired. She has to be fired. I mean, we had the Disney princess. Guy got written up for talking about the Disney princess. Singing in the office you're done. You cannot work in the same office.
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah.
That's so bad. And then we'll end with this one. I worked with Chuck. Chuck liked to talk your ear off. Chuck would follow you to the car when you tried to leave at 5. Chuck would talk all through your lunch at your desk. Chuck even followed you into the bathroom to finish his story while you're in a stall taking a dump. Chuck, you've had a situation.
Is this
like
Chuck
that.
Nato?
No. This person does not work here.
Yeah, I have had a situation like this.
Well, tell me about it.
So I won't say who or what office it was in, but there's the guy who you just can't you can't get out of the conversation with him at all, ever. And so, but you don't want to be rude. And you don't want to cut him off. But I was standing in an elevator and I was like holding the button because I'm like, this conversation has to end eventually. It did not. And so eventually I was just like, I just let the button go so the doors would close right in this guy's face. And then he just leaned as the doors were closing to stick his head in the door to finish whatever he was going to say. And the doors cut him off mid-sentence. So I won't say whether it definitely happened in this office. We don't have to say who, but it was Ben Mintz. It was Ben Mintz.
I was going to ask. Was this guy a king of any type of territory?
He is the king of the South, so credit to him. I can't think of another person who would be worthy of that title. He is king of the South.
Picturing Mincy's head going in exact even flow with the door.
Like this.
The elevator door is so funny.
You're like, all right, well, yeah, the concert was great. Bye.
See it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. All right, this was fun.
I was like half expecting him to like run down the stairs and like meet me at the open doors on the the other side.
Or just stick his head in the door.
Yeah,
so it
just
pops
jams.
open. Yeah.
Just keeps hitting his face.
Yeah.
All
All right.
character. I love Mincy.
Yeah. All right, then we could wrap there. Thanks, everybody. If you want to leave us voicemails, that line is there. Hit us up next time. It's 312-549-9314. I think we're going to make this a recurring segment because it's funny and everyone has a story like this. So, yeah, that's it, everyone. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. We'll be back tomorrow. See you then.